Hey friends, welcome back to Big Nate's Whiskey Lounge. I am Nate, and today is day 2 of my mini-series through the Matt Porter ADHD Whiskey Barrel Picks. If you watched on Monday, I did the ADHD Whiskey Nulu Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Check that video out. There's a very good bottle. Also keep in mind, I said on that video I have a spare of this that is unopened. Maybe that'll be a giveaway one day. So if you did not get in on that release, you might be able to get a bottle sometime in the future. But today is going to be pick number 2, and this is going to be ADHD Whiskey's Knob Creek Single Barrel. Now this one, Matt has a funky, fancy looking sticker on it. This is called Knob Creek. As you can see, you have Matt, who is blindfolded and dunking a barrel of whiskey through a hoop. And then you have, over here, you have Kira from formerly Shelf Turds, now whiskey.com, whiskeychannel.com. I think that's Clifton from Bourbon Bites, but I'm not too sure. And then you have Will from the podcast, you have Grease from the podcast, you have David also from formerly Shelf Turds, whiskeychannel.com, and then you have Dan and you have Sean from Bourbon Junkies. So kind of a cool sticker, giving tribute to a couple of his friends, and so that's kind of cool. So this is Knob Creek. It is 9 years old. This pick dropped, I believe, in September or October of this year. I believe it was September. This again is Knob Creek. Most people are familiar with Knob Creek. It is a Jim Beam product. In my opinion, one of the better Jim Beam products. I actually really enjoy it. So does my brother. He's a huge Knob Creek fan. For his birthday, I got him Knob 15. For Christmas, I got him Knob 12. And one of these days, we're going to do a video where we go through the core range. I have 9, I have 12, I have 15. Then I have 2 single barrels. This one from Matt Porter, and then one of our local stores. So we'll do a video, see that in the foreseeable future, where we kind of go through those and give you our tastings and our preferences. And so I'm looking forward to shooting that video. But this is 9 years old. It was barreled on December 10th of 2011. And it says it was selected on June 7th of 2021. So that was the date that Matt picked this barrel, but it was barreled, or it was dumped and bottled, I believe, in September. And this comes from Warehouse Z as in zebra, floor number 4, and Rick 12. And it comes in at 120 proof, which is what Knob Creek puts out their single barrels and their higher end stuff. So you don't typically see quote unquote cast strength. This is typically the highest that Knob Creek goes, with some, obviously some exceptions. Now back in the day, you could have found 15-year-old single barrels, but because that's now kind of part of their line, they come 12 is part of their normal line. 15 is technically a limited edition, but they've done 2 so far. And it seems like it's going to be something that'll continue. So you're not going to be able to find 15-year single barrels anymore like you could in the past. 9 to 12 is probably going to be where you're at. 12 if you're lucky. But either way, all it takes is a good palate, and you've got a fantastic barrel. So let's crack this open. As I said in the first video, this is not a fresh crack. I cracked it when I first bought it. I didn't drink too much of it. I think I drank it on a live stream with some friends. But decent cork pop. Really nice color on it. So let's set that there. As you can see, there's the newly picked from Monday. Nice, rich, dark color. Is it darker than the Nulu? It is darker than the Nulu. This is 5 and this is 9, almost 10. So that would make sense that this is a little bit darker. Creamy, almost like a creme brulee, like a brown sugar, but the cream too. So oftentimes people will say creme brulee, but they're talking about like the charred brown sugar, and I'm getting that, but I'm also getting the custard underneath. It's kind of the whole creme brulee experience, which I like. My dad really likes creme brulee, and I like creme brulee too. So there's definitely brown sugar notes. Fruitiness, is it apple-y? I guess maybe it's apple. Maybe a little cherry, because it's pretty classic bourbon. Nuttiness, but it's peanutty, kind of dusty peanutty. Jim Beam is known for having peanutty, not necessarily peanutty, but nutty profiles, and it varies depending on which Jim Beam offering you're getting, and varies on degrees. But on this, I'm getting peanuts specifically, and I would say Spanish peanuts, like that you would get on a Mexican sundae. You get the Spanish peanuts on top of a hot fudge sundae. So it's where they're not complete. They're still like, it's the peanut, but then there's kind of like a skin, like a flaky brown skin thing on it. It's not the shell, but kind of that. I like that a lot. Hope you're liking the new setup. This is actually going to look a little different than Monday's video. I kind of rearranged. My tripod is not very high, so I'm actually sitting it currently on my old desk. And I didn't do that for Monday's video, so the angle is going to be a little bit different. We'll see what I like. We'll see what I change around. Give me suggestions. I'm also sorry for the audio. I got to fix the fan. It's literally right above you now. There's not a whole lot I can do. I'll figure something out sometime. Wow, that proof hit on the palate. What's the proof on the Nulu again? 56, 112. So it's not, this is 60%. It's 120 proof, so 60% alcohol. This is 56.4. So it's only 3.6% difference. Yeah, 3.6% difference. But it hits a lot differently on the palate. I mean, it is Knob Creek, Jim Beam, so whereas that's MGP. Kind of perfumey notes on the nose now. That was kind of a lot on the palate on the first sip, I gotta be honest with you, so let me go back to it real quick because I don't have enough notes to go on. There's appliness on it. You get a lot of barrel char, so that's good. Woody notes. It's classic bourbon. Yeah, there's nutty notes, but I wouldn't call it peanutty. The nose was peanut, but the palate there's nuttiness, but maybe it's just maybe it's just a straight up unshelled peanut with nothing on it. Dry roasted maybe. No, not salted, not honey roasted. So this is a bourbon that I actually prefer the smell over the taste on. When it came to the Nulu, I apologize, it's been 10-15 minutes since I've had that. And I know that's not too long, but I can't remember. I liked them both. Smell and taste. But I definitely prefer the smell over the Knob Creek. But again, I'm gonna milk this one. My local store recently, and that'll be what comes up in the video with my brother sometime soon. My local store did a Knob Creek single barrel pick. And I bought a bottle. I'll actually have to pick up a new bottle. I forgot I actually left it at my brother's house on Thanksgiving, so I have to buy a new bottle. But unfortunately, that store doesn't go through their picks very quickly. And I think it's because my area, people just don't know. So like they've had a Maker's Mark pick there for over a year. Unfortunately, I haven't purchased it yet, and I really need to show them support. But I know that I'll be able to get the single barrel, the Knob Creek one. I know it'll be there for a while. So I'm not too concerned. Maybe I'll buy a couple bottles because these are unicorns. Single barrels are unicorns. And if you have somebody with a really good palate, just latch onto that person and follow everything they do. There's a note that I can't identify, and I apologize about that. However, it is very good. I've definitely picked, there's classic, there's vanilla, there's a little bit of cherry, getting a little bit of apple. That peanuttiness is in there. Good pick. Really good pick, Matt. Really good pick. All right, so that's going to do it for day 2 of my mini series of the ADHD whiskey single barrel picks. We've done day 1. Monday was the Nulu single barrel. Day 2 was the Knob Creek Lob Creek single barrel, with day 3 on Friday. So far, I do prefer the Nulu over the Knob Creek, but they are fantastic bottles all the way around. If you want access to stuff like this, I'm trying to promote this every single time because I'm just here for my channel to have fun, and I like to promote my people, and I consider my people other YouTube channels. Anybody in the whiskey community, whether you have a channel or are just very, very involved in the community, you're my people, and I want to continue to grow those people further. So we've got Matt Porter up this week. I want you to go to his Patreon and subscribe to his Patreon. Show him some love financially every month. You'll get really cool access to stuff. And then follow him on YouTube. He does videos every couple of weeks. He has a very unique style that I do enjoy. And I can get that as a fellow big guy, making fun of yourself. He does that a lot, and I can appreciate that. But he's such a great guy, and he does a live stream typically most Fridays. Back last year in 2021, he did what was called Matt Madness, kind of a playoff of March Madness, and it was so much fun to watch. I hope he does it again this year. I do hope Grease loses, even though I do love Grease, and when I get to Whiskey Weekend, I do plan on, I don't know what, I can't say what I'm going to do to him on camera. But, so, hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around for Friday. Cheers.